Hey, we're live. Just as people start laughing because they couldn't handle my adorableness.
I laugh away the awkward silence. Jesus. Save us.
So we're here. We're gonna have a show tonight, as we usually do.
No, this week we're not having a show at all. This week it's all about chocolate chip cookies. Let's fucking go.
No, chocolate chip cookies and middle school dance parties. Let's do it.
That sounds like the making of the best Nintendo Direct ever. Cookies and middle school dance party.
Oh my god. Bill Trinan, like Allison Rapp from Nintendo, like all those motherfuckers in a dance party, just dancing like in Tomodachi Life, but in real life.
Wait,
Wow.
what? Isn't Tomodachi Life almost real life?
It basically is, man.
It is.
If real life is a horrible dream, then yes.
Where people can
All
talk
hail the
to-
virtual boy. All hail the virtual boy. All hail Japanese 3DSs this week. That's all I have to say.
You're going to be kicking yourself, and you're like, oh man, I'm so glad I spent this money to get this 3DS. I get all this stuff super early. And then they're like, oh, guess what? Smash Bros. North American demo is out on Friday. So then it's like, nah.
Yeah, but you'll be playing the demo and I'll be playing the full game.
Your face is the full game.
My face is the full game. Have you seen the emblem on this shirt? Yeah! Yeah!
I do see it.
I see it too.
I don't.
Must I show you again?
No.
That's what I thought. You better
I don't want to see that
recognize.
again.
Everybody wants to see everything again. So we're waiting for Chris, and this episode should be fun and neat. There's apparently a new feature that was added to these fun time hangouts called applause. So you guys can say things or thumbs up, thumbs down stuff while we're going.
I'd rather just boo people.
Yeah, exactly. Just heckle us. It'd be good times.
I wonder how it would react to live heckling via the Google Hangout. You suck, Jonathan! Shut the fuck up!
You just actually get to hear them scream. Shut up! Sorry if I deafened anybody.
Deco is already saying bark bark arf arf arf.
And then, yes, that's how it's going to go tonight, Deco. Because the Doge lives on.
Randy
For
looks so
eternity.
different.
Yeah, I've gone through some changes. I got in my new coat for the fall. So basically, yeah, that's kind of what's new.
You see, I would have been surprised by that if I didn't watch the episode before. We were something else.
That dog looks high as shit, says listener and guest of last episode, Andrew Redder.
Dog looks high as shit.
Problem is, like, I wear glasses and I have a light near me, and it likes to read the glare on my glasses as closed eyes. I could do the show sans glasses, and that would probably make things a lot better. But I did just have an eye doctor appointment on Monday, so I'm going to get contacts again for the first time in 2 years. So
Nice.
that'll be fun. But I'm blind now, so I'm going to put my glasses back on, even though you can't see me do that.
You can do whatever you want right now, and all we'd see is a fucking puppy dog.
I could be totally naked. I could be in anything. I could be in a swimsuit. I could be in a bikini. I could
That's got to be your Christmas card.
Yeah. Well, I could be in a Santa outfit, you know? Good.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Santa outfit. When that you take that off, it's a two-piece underneath. Excited. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god! That's horrifying!
I've got everything to surprise you.
Yeah, that's worse because the eyes are yellow.
Shit.
Well, if you think that's bad, well, let's try this one. Wait
Uh-oh.
for it. Wait for it. Hi.
Deep voices the whole time, please.
You want me to talk like this the whole show?
Yes, please.
Getting blazed up on that Cloud9 shit.
There, I've frightened him away. You no longer have to see him again.
Randy, don't ever change.
I don't plan on it. I will keep this form for as long as it takes.
Until every dog has his day.
So I'm curious to you guys out there that are watching this live, is there anything different about how you're watching with the whole applause thing? I mean, I haven't gotten to see what it is, but I know it's enabled, and I have no idea how to check anything of this sort.
They just hit it, and it's just for their amusement.
I have no idea.
Deco is out there just like rapidly clicking the applause button. And it's just like, yeah.
That's basically how it goes.
Holy shit. Where the hell is Chris? Tell him to hurry his ass up and stop being a good father.
You're probably having connection issues, like usual, right?
I mean, usually.
Is that sexual innuendo because Chris is married?
Huh?
Connection issues?
Oh,
LOL.
that was the worst. You were officially kicked out, man.
Get on my level.
No.
Well, you know what we're going to do? Instead of sitting around like a bunch of goofballs, we're going to get this started. And Chris can join in whenever he joins, and we will catch them all up. How does that sound?
Fine with me.
Fantastic.
Fine and Randy.
Oh my god.
Ooh. God damn it. Well, greetings and welcome to episode 11 of the Backwards Compatible podcast. We're a snazzy group of usually 4 peeps. We'll have a 5th peep joining us soon. And we've all got a passion for nerdy things like video games, comics, anime, the whole works. I'm your host, a dog. But last week we had Robot Masters as introduction, so this week we're going to do famous book titles. And I contemplated writing this one down, but I said, fuck it, I'm just going to do it anyway. My name is Randy Thompson, and I'm the Da Vinci Code of this podcast because I, too, fantasize about Jesus having sex.
I'm Jonathan Higgins, and when I'm not running away from the heretics, I'm the Sam Aurelian of this podcast. What I say is long-winded and full of detail, but it's hastily edited.
Ooh.
I forgot I wrote this.
You have to say it now.
Yeah, you gotta say it. It's written in stone.
Oh my god. My name is Jared Zahowski, and I'm the 50 Shades of Grey of this podcast because sex.
Oh, we both had sex for ours. We're on the same wavelength, man.
We'll skip Chris for right now and go straight to our special guest.
Hi, I'm Stealth, friend of the show. 1001 video games you must play before you die because I'm going to die before I finish my backlog.
True story.
Nice.
Yes. Well, we are very happy to be here. I'm happy to have all of these funky fellas here, especially Stealth, our guest dude. It's been a while. We haven't talked.
It's been a long time.
We've wandered the earth.
But thank you also to our audience for joining us. And speaking of those people that are watching, if you're not watching here right now, live and in the moment, we happen to be getting our podcast on at 9:13 p.m. Central Time on September 10th, 2014. And we ended last week's show asking the audience question: you can only play one video game or watch one piece of anime for the rest of your life. But every single time you play or watch it, it will feel like the very first time. What would you pick? Now, I see that we have an audience question here from Raymond. John, do you want to handle this?
I'll take care of it.
He wrote like a whole book.
He did.
It's true. He had to say enough to make up for all the other answers that we haven't gotten yet that we'll probably get from our live viewers. But he says, I'd like to name a video game, but I decided it's too difficult. And one of the most valuable things about video games is the lasting memory of my gameplay experience. Instead, I'll go with my favorite anime, Mushishi. The stories are deep explorations of human psyche and suffering, while the animation, clearly inspired by landscape paintings, is some of the most beautiful I've ever seen. Plus, it's purely episodic with literally nothing that changes across the series. So I could watch any episode for what feels like the first time and miss nothing.
Ooh, that was a good
See?
one, Raymond.
He went super deep. I like
Yeah.
I
that.
love suffering.
Yeah, who doesn't love suffering? It's so fun.
A little human suffering in the morning.
It goes well with coffee. So I see Chris has joined us. Hey, Chris.
Yay!
Owen,
You're here.
I am. I've been here.
Since you're here, you get to introduce yourself.
It's true. Tell the world who you are.
I am the one and only Wildcard Corsair, aka Chris Garcia, depending on, I don't know which one you know me by. But I am the Fault in Our Stars, because we totally need more good science fiction novels in the world, am I right?
Yeah.
I think so. That's what that is, right?
That is totally what that is, I'm pretty sure. I've never read it. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it's about like supernovas or something awesome like that.
Oh, nice.
Fair enough.
Nothing better than exploding stars. Our pal Pat, via the Basement Quality channel, says, I'm a timeless classic about growing up and the common dignity that unites us all. Okay.
He's every children's book ever.
Andrew Rudder also says, I'm the Fault in Our Stars of this podcast because I make your mom cry. Aww. We have another audience answer for our question from last week, which is Pat again saying, if I could experience Mega Man X2 the first time again, it would complete me. Oh god, you picked a good game, man.
He's a masochist, because that is a brutal game.
Maybe you're just a pussy, Chris.
Wow!
And you know how us dogs feel about
Excuse
pussies.
me, Randy, how many times have you beat that?
Tell us how you
game?
really feel.
I have beaten it at least twice.
At least twice.
At least twice, yes. With upgrades and everything.
He just fucking rips the bandage right off and goes, maybe you're a pussy, Chris. Jesus.
Been here maybe 2 minutes and I'm already ripping into him. This is what happens
I
when you're
swear
gone.
to God, Randy, I
episode.
will kill you.
I don't know. The dog has changed, Randy. It's changed him.
The dog has changed him.
It's getting into my mind.
He's a little bitch now.
Oh, is that where you want to go, huh?
That's where I'm taking it.
Shit.
I will. fuck
Jared
you
and I
up.
go places like Japan and PAX East and E3 to have our transformations. Randy brings the transformation home.
I do. Oh, Deco says Mass Effect. For me, it was an amazing science fiction experience whose universe was developed well enough to rival Star Trek. I'd love it if every time I played it felt like the first time. I agree, because fucking Mass Effect is a great game. And I need to finish the third one. I started it like 3 months ago, and I never got around to finishing it. I'm a
Kinda
terrible
like
person.
Xenogears, Randy? Kind of like Xenogears?
So how's Tales of Xillia going for you, John? How's Pandora's Tower?
Fuck
You really want to
Pandora's
go
Tower.
there?
Damn, shots fired, Randy. He's not messing around today.
No, we are getting down to serious business. Serious business. Oh man, so we have our own answers, right? And
Yes,
I
we do.
I think I put our guest Stealth at the top of that list.
Yeah, I did think about it. I forgot I wrote that kind of asshole answer.
Oh, that's fine. I approve of assholes. They actually get the highest compliments from me.
Let's see. I'll play Disgaea 3 forever because that is 300 hours, and I could play it forever.
Fair enough. And each time you play those 300 hours, it'll be like the first time, so you can just wipe your memory slate clean of it and just play it all over again. That's a good choice.
In terms of anime, I'll watch One Piece. It's gonna go on for another 20 years.
Yeah. Oh my god, One Piece. I'm still stuck reading the manga like way before the time skip. I'm the worst person of all time. I'll get there one day though.
Human garbage, Randy.
Human garbage is right. No, what was it that Chris said to me? Weeaboo trash? Is that what it was
Oh.
on Twitter?
I remember that now.
I mean, it's true. So, I'm not going to argue too much.
It's okay. But Randy, you have your own answer.
I do have my own answers. I picked, if you brought up in the question video game or anime, so I was like, I will give one of each. I would have to go with my first traditional JRPG and say Lunar Silver Star Story Complete, because, oh my god, that game is so much of my life. Like, the reasons why I play the things I do today, and am into the things that I am today, it's pretty influential in my life, even though it's just a standard RPG. And then if I had to pick an anime, of course, I'm going to pick Evangelion because I'm a loser, and you all knew where that was going to go.
I honestly expected you, Randy, to pick Dragon Ball.
Oh, well,
I don't know.
I guess I could have picked that. I mean, technically I would say it's my number one, but I don't know, man. Watching Ava the first time through was like such a journey, and so many like crazy things that happened.
What, you mean like my journey just under a year ago?
Yeah, exactly. You got to experience it recently. I haven't had that experience in 13 years, so
It's been a little bit, Randy.
it has been a bit.
Yeah, Asuka's now 18.
Well, depending on your continuity, she could be a lot older.
Yeah.
What movie
Sitting
is
on your mattress spread.
Oh.
Wow.
Hey, I've had that body pillow for 18 years. She's legal.
Hey, don't
Wow.
forget Ava 3.0.
Oh, Jonathan, you don't have anything written down, so what's your
I
deal?
don't.
Secret?
I am.
He would probably just try to escape. He wouldn't even play anything.
What do you guys think I would pick?
It's Pokemon.
You would be wrong.
Xenoblade.
You would be
And
wrong.
What about
Chrono
Smash Bros?
Cross.
You would be wrong too.
Chrono Trigger.
You're all wrong.
Wait,
Chrono Break.
Ha.
there's some.
Superman 64.
Big time.
We have
Golden
another
Sun.
map, apparently.
I thought about Golden Sun, but
Wait,
that was not
Cave
my
Story.
answer. That is not my answer either.
Then go away.
Two
Link's
brothers.
Awakening, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
I've never heard of it.
Fuck you, Jared.
Link's Awakening. Do you have a show that you would pick as an alternative?
You know, Eden of the East.
There you go. Good choice. I should watch that again.
Me too.
I should watch that. In like 10 years.
You did, Jared?
No, I said I should watch it in
Oh.
like 10 years.
Yeah, that's probably when it'll come around. But Jared, you have some stuff written.
Did I?
You sure do. You wrote it just a
See
couple
here.
of minutes ago.
I didn't want to answer it because I didn't know what to say, but I for game, I chose Shadow of the Colossus.
Ooh. Also a good one.
That is a very good one.
I've never finished that.
Ooh,
Nope.
Stealth, you just did yourself a disservice.
Well, to be fair,
Have
I've
you
never played
cried
it either.
all the tears out of your eyeballs yet? Like to the moon? That cried some of the tears out of my eyeballs. Shadow of the Colossus? That, like, I couldn't cry for a week after that. I was done.
You were dehydrated and
I
died.
think I had like a tear in my eye, but I don't remember crying that much.
Dude,
I was shocked.
you're not a sap like me.
You're not human.
And so Shadow of the Colossus, and the anime that I chose is what Randy chose was Evangelion because it's a pretty wild ride. That's
Damn
for
right.
sure. If I had to if I could, I would watch like all of the anime and the movies because every time I'd get to Ava 2.0, experiencing that over and over again would be really cool.
Oh, we're two cool people, Jared. You and me. Let's hang out and watch Ava together sometime. Can you
Pretty
drive?
much.
Can you drive out to the Midwest for me?
I've been known to do like really dumb stuff like that before, so sure.
You went to
can make it
Japan. Minnesota's closer.
I took a 20-hour train ride to Chicago. Where you are is not that much further.
Nope, it's a 6-hour drive from Chicago.
Great.
Chris, what do you got for your picks?
He just says fuck you for making me pick. Fuck you too, Chris.
I did say fuck you for making me pick, because, like, well, how do you expect me to narrow it down to one game?
I narrowed it down, and I'm king.
No.
Someone's coming after
Like the
your
fighter?
throne, man. He's got the crown to prove it. I mean, let's.
True, he's
He
got the
does have the
dragon's
crown.
crown.
I did the funky chicken dance in that crowd.
You did
For
do that.
God and everybody.
Let's see. I really am having such a hard time. Like, I've really been thinking about it this whole time, and I can't really narrow it down to one. But I will cheat, and I will say the Dot Hack games.
Yes! That would be amazing.
I will say those. I will say the original tetralogy and then the subsequent trilogy, GU. I will pick all of them as one entity.
How long is it a train ride from El Paso to Minnesota? We'll play all 7
I mean,
together.
hell, if we're cheating, I could group together Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, and that would be my answer. But since I
But,
could only
okay.
pick one,
To be fair, the Dot Hack tetralogy, it is technically one game.
They just split
yeah,
it.
that's like when
They
I
just
grouped
made
together
you pay
Golden
for it
Sun and
full
Golden
time.
Sun: The Lost Age. Fine.
That's fine. So we also have a couple of other quick ones here in the Q&A. Andrew Rudder says, I would pick Sailor Moon's Deke dub as long as it feels like when I watched it when I was 7. Yeah, it'd be hard to watch that now as a new thing. Be like, yeah, this is totally quality. I mean, it's got its charm, but no. Just no. Pat at Basement Quality says, the first time I played Link's Awakening, I got stuck for weeks on the first dungeon because I didn't know how shoving bricks outside of that. Didn't know about shoving bricks outside of that and Eagle's Tower. Link's Awakening would be great to experience again. See? Now you got a best friend, John.
Damn right. I watched Pat play Link's Awakening when he was doing like a test run for a Basement Quality episode. That was one of the funniest days of my past year. I ain't even gonna lie. Dude was like having difficulties with the fucking sliding puzzles. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was laughing at Pat's expense. I was helping him through it, but I was still laughing at his expense.
I think you have to do both. Otherwise, it's just you're just not being a good guy.
It's true.
So, hey, John, we're going to move on to news, and I think you wrote this first thing here.
Randy, are you
Yeah.
ready to pledge your undying love for the smartwatch? The Apple Watch?
No.
What is the fucking headline that I saw in a USA Today at my job was like, time for change, and I'm like, fuck you, headline.
It's the same as all of the other ones, only it's got a little spinny wheel on the side.
Yeah.
Jared,
Those aren't-
you
what?
seem like you want to speak up. That's all. I just wanted to make sure that you got to talk.
I had a smartwatch for like 3 weeks.
That's right. You had the Gear 2 or something?
No, the
How
original
did you
Gear.
like it?
I sold it. it
Apparently, he really liked it.
it was like cool that while I was driving that I could like control my music on my wrist, but like I had to, you know what? It really wasn't that great. The original Gear wasn't so hot because of the camera on the side like bulged out, like a guy wearing way too tight underwear or something. Basically, I don't know. So yeah, that was man. And then like the Gear 2 is out, and now they have the entire Android wearables, and you can have the Apple Watch. If people really really get into it, you might see a lot of Apple Watches go. But I feel like it still hasn't caught on yet. So only some people are getting them. The Gear.
This is my communicator watch. We're in Power Rangers, motherfucker.
Yeah, people keep making those comments, but that's not really how it is. in the environment that I work in. It's more like people just kind of like it because it's got like a flashy screen and it's like space age technology. But a lot of people like the Gear Fit because the Gear Fit tracks your steps and it's a curved screen. It's just too bad that the Gear Fit isn't as powerful as the Gear 2, for example, because then you'd be able to do a lot more with the nicer, bigger curved screen, but then it probably would have cost more. So Apple might be the one to pave the way on that, but I doubt it, unless like it's really expensive accessory, you know.
Yeah.
And it's required to have an iPhone to freaking use it. So.
Well, that makes sense. That's just.
Wow.
But
All other smartwatches work. I heard a loud buzzing noise.
if you get the Moto G or a Sony smartwatch, they are more compatible with like a ton of Android phones. So yeah, if you're gonna get a smartwatch, get one of those ones, maybe.
Fair enough. Are we ready to move on to better news? Quote unquote.
Sure, Jonathan.
What? You mean you're not enamored with Apple and their innovative
Hell
products?
no, I'm not.
Actually, I'll comment one more time on the Apple stuff. Someone did like a spec test or a spec run on the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus, and it's like if you compare it to some of the Samsung phones out there.
I saw that same
It's
thing.
at like half. It's like running at half. Like the camera quality and the processor is just like 1.4, I think, gigahertz.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Okay, we're done with that. If you want a phone that's like nice and powerful, you can spend a lot less and get like a better phone. But if you like the Apple atmosphere, just go with it. So, whatever you like. But I'm letting you know you can get. I'm in work mode. I'm not doing this right now.
I think it's time for John to take over and talk about something else.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I thought you, Randy, would be a little bit more appreciative because they were just coming out with a story today saying that you can actually run Final Fantasy 13 on your iPhone via some streaming
Randy
service.
hates
that
Apple products.
What
I
is it
know,
called,
but
Twitch?
you can't play Final Fantasy 13 on an Android.
Not yet.
Randy still hates Apple
Wait.
products.
You talking about like Twitch or?
Some streaming service, I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
There's-
it's like some silly little thing that Square Enix is doing besides not
Oh.
localizing Dragon
Well,
Quest VII.
I
God
get
damn
it.
it.
There
I
is a
forget. Stealth is on this show. We can bitch about Dragon Quest together. Yes.
We will
Yeah,
get there.
someone else will care.
faux show.
I do care. I cry over that.
I do.
Aw.
Let's cry.
We can cry about it when we get to it. Let's go with that first
Cry
thing.
about it when we get to it. For now, some happier stuff. Friday is the day of the fucking streams, you guys. The Japanese Smash Brothers release is that day, and they are doing a release or a stream via Nico Nico at like 6 o'clock in the morning, my time. If I'm up, I'll watch it, and maybe they'll reveal some of the stuff that the Nintendo Treehouse are going to reveal when they stream shit like 4 or 5 hours later on this side of the world. The Nintendo Treehouse is streaming 8 hours of gameplay from various Wii U games. I think they've released an actual list now. We've got, off the top of my head, because I did update the news article, like Hyrule Warriors,
No.
Toad's Treasure Tracker.
I don't think that was on the list.
Sure it was.
Hyrule Warriors, I don't think was on the list.
I think it is because they posted actually on Nintendo's Twitter feed like a picture of all the games.
Yeah. It's Bayonetta 2, Hyrule Warriors,
Ah.
Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, an Ultimate NES Remix, and Fantasy Life from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. PT. And then starting at 1 p.m. PT, which is 4 o'clock my time, it's non-stop Super Smash Brothers for the rest of the day.
So basically, all the games they showed at E3 except for Ultimate NES.
Right.
Although, what's curious is the Wii U version of Smash Brothers is not on that list.
Right.
Although they told like Game Informer and Kotaku that it's definitely going to be there. You know, at least a little bit. So that was strange.
They kept also saying that they weren't going to reveal the release date for the Wii U version in that stream, but maybe they're lying.
Yeah, I think they're lying because
They're lying.
Steven from Kotaku said that they would reveal all of our answers. And then when someone implied that it was the date, they, you know,
Like
went all
glance,
secret.
glance,
Yeah.
glance.
Wink, wink.
You know what I want? A damn Duck Hunt character reveal. I would be
That'd be
okay with the Duck Hunt dog, as this is according to these leaks, mind you, which I'm not going to acknowledge for the whole rest of the show. But if the Duck Hunt dog is in the game, I would rather Sakurai do this crazy Sakurai trailer like he's done for Shulk and everything else for the Duck Hunt dog, instead of just randomly, boom, he's in the game. Like, I don't think I would want that, because I'm going to talk about the Smash Bros. Demo later in the show. I would want that for like Ness and Lucas and Mewtwo if Mewtwo comes back. I'd want like those characters to have their little challenger approaching, sort of like, oh my god, they're in this game. But the Duck Hunt dog, he deserves his own Sakurai reveal trailer, for reals. Anyone disagree with me?
No, he deserves it. Because
Fair
that's like the new oddball character that you didn't see coming.
Exactly.
It's a new Game & Watch.
The new
New
Rob the
Rob.
Robot.
Mr. Saturn playable.
Listen, I have indisputable proof that Ness, and at least Ness, is in the game beyond what these leaks have shown us, because the Mr. Saturn item is there. It's in the demo. You can
Very
throw
true.
around Mr. Saturn, and I'm just like, hey, if Mr. Saturn's in the game and they fucking don't give us an Earthbound character, no. No.
They've done it with plenty of other
About the
games.
Saturn item before. And the Franklin badge and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's no way he'd get a cut.
Nope.
I feel like you're gonna get more characters by DLC.
I
That's,
don't believe that. I don't believe that rumor. That's a completely different rumor than those screens.
yeah, and I mean, that could also be a thing that happens, but like, I don't know. I don't know.
You can
Shall we
play,
move on?
The Wii U version of Smash will be there, even though they're not saying it. I just do. I believe it.
You
Because they
gotta
keep
believe
saying it's a
stuff.
holiday game.
Gotta believe.
I have bets with people about it, so...
Oh no!
The gaming gambling ring.
You've got cash riding on it. That makes it all the more serious.
Yeah.
Right.
We could do like one of those, the pools, like, I don't know, they do it at my office. I don't know if you guys, probably not. I don't think they do this much at grocery stores, John, but where you buy the Super Bowl squares. I don't
Nope.
pretend to know how it works. But yeah, I don't know. People spend crazy money. Like, sports betting is supposed to be illegal, but I don't know. My dad spends like $80 a year trying to win money on the Super Bowl. I don't know.
It could be worse, Chris.
I didn't say that's all he spent his money on. I'm just saying that's all.
Oh Lord, Randy, let's move on.
Sure thing. So the next big thing is some stuff about Resident Evil Revelations 2. So, did you guys ever play the first Revelations?
Yes, on 3DS.
Yeah, I played like halfway through it on 3DS, and then the rest on the PC version. But you know how the game played through, like with the whole chapter thing, and then the previously on Resident Evil Revelations, and then the fun recap like it was a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you get to live it even more like a TV show because it's going to come out as weekly episodic stuff for the game. So,
Oh yay!
so you get, well, it's pretty cool. I mean, their pricing is fairly fair. It's like $6 a chapter. Otherwise, you can pay $26 for the whole thing plus extra stuff. So it's like you get the whole season plus bonus DLC for like $2 extra. So I don't know. We'll see what else is coming out for it, but it sounds like it'll be really cool because hey, you get to play as Claire, and Claire is a good time. And then, of course, after all of the episodes and stuff are out, there will be a full disc release, which is a bit.
Is that her name?
Claire Redfield?
For a good time call, Redfield?
It's just Claire Redfield, man. Stop screwing with me. And then they also had some screenshots and stuff. I'm not sure how well this is turning out for you guys watching on the event page, but over yonder on the left side of things, there should be some nice little cards with information about what's going on, with links to fun stuff and some screenshots moving through. So you can see what we're talking about. So that's really cool.
We probably can't see it on the Hangout, but hopefully they can.
Right. I double checked. It looks like it does show up for people. So if it doesn't, let me know. But yeah, you can check over there. There's links and pictures and all that other fun junk.
Uh-oh. Won't PETA get, like, really upset if the Duck Hunt Dog is a character and everybody beats the crap out of him?
Oh god, that's right. The whole stupid Mario Tanuki suit thing. This will be 10 times worse.
Oh, Lord.
In my Smash
To be
Brothers.
fair, what aren't they mad about?
True. You know what? I'm an animal, but I'm calling them out. They're pieces of shit. I don't need your help. I'm fine on my own.
The dog scoff really does it for me, Randy.
Thank you. I've been practicing. But yeah, the game looks really great, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's supposed to be out 2015-ish, because we've just got screenshots. We don't have a trailer or anything, but I would suspect that is when it would happen. So yeah, that'll be cool. Still not coming to any Nintendo stuff. So yeah, still stupid there.
That bothered me.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. We can also talk about some other dumb stuff. Chris, you got some dumb stuff?
No, this is smart. I'm gonna tell you why after you're done.
Okay.
Anyways, there is a little story that I would like to tell you all about when they announced Persona Q, and they had the really awesome 3DS XLs with the book of Demon Fusion, right there, or Persona Fusion.
Right.
And I looked at that and I said, you know what? I could totally have that as my 3DS. That would be awesome. And then Nintendo of America is like, nope, you can't have it. And I'm like, okay, well that sucks. And then Nintendo of America is like, oh, by the way, well, I guess not Nintendo of America, but Nintendo's like, oh, by the way, there's the new 3DS and the new 3DS XL, and it's more powerful, it's got a faster processor, better battery life, extra buttons, nubs, dongles, you name it. It was awesome. I was impressed. I jumped up and down. And then all of a sudden they were like, oh, by the way, now you can have these things. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? Who wants it now?
The ones that don't know about the new 3DS system because they don't follow the internet and they're stupid parents. So what's going to happen is the holiday season's going to roll around and these motherfuckers are going to be like, here, have this limited edition NES controller 3DS XL. Have this limited edition Persona Q 3DS XL. And then fucking 1 month later...
People are still going to buy it.
Yep. People are still going to buy it.
I remember when the DSi got announced, they still made like these limited edition DSs that sold like 100,000 units over the holidays. People just like that collecting stuff.
Okay, but also on that same note, think about it though. The DSi, the number of exclusive hardware available for that was nowhere near the potential for exclusive hardware for the new 3DS.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chronicles.
We're talking expansion pack level here. We're talking about, Donkey Kong 64 ain't gonna run unless you have this,
That's a good game.
Like the
Finally.
exclusive software for the DSi was like WarioWare Snapped, which sucked. Photo Fighter, which sucked.
I've never even heard of any of these games. I must have missed this train.
I've played them all, and that was the
played
very
them all
first
too.
time I played Cave Story on a handheld. Thank you very fucking much.
I'm not saying the DSi wasn't great. I have one. The DSi is great, but I'm just saying, as far as the differences between the DS and the DSi, is nowhere near the same level as the differences between the 3DS and the new 3DS.
Listen, even if the new 3DS only ends up having Xenoblade on it, it's still a success because it has fucking
What?
Xenoblade on it.
No, that's not the way to look at that at all.
These are my eyes. This is my world.
To a certain audience. It's gonna need like a lot more than Xenoblade.
What
Gonna need
if
like Mario.
What if these 3DS XLs, the NES one, what if they give you 3 wishes and one of those wishes can be for a new 3DS or new 3DS XL?
I'm assuming that there's going to be maybe a price drop, so these older models will be a little cheaper.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there. And I mean, like, The new 3DS does have potential, because if they
You
can
don't
put
have to buy
Xenoblade
it.
on a system, you can put Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn on a system, and Path of Radiance on a system, and Super Mario Galaxy on a system, and all the games that made the Wii so damn great
There
can
were
now travel in the palm of your hand.
some reports that some of the video footage from the Xenoblade trailer was like compressed, like it wasn't the same. There were some reports of that. So
Like there was also shorter draw distance and things like that. But
would you want like your Super Mario Galaxy on there, or like other games, or it depends? Or would you want? I would want something like built from the ground up. For the
Absolutely.
hardware.
But fucking Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance in general need to lower their goddamn prices and also need to be playable in the palm of my hand. So I would want those two Fire Emblem ports.
Jonathan,
Shut
I
up.
have never
On my
never
system.
wanted to high five you more in my life than I have right now.
I don't know.
Never wanted to like make out with you more than right now.
You can
I
do
would-
it.
Oh, yeah.
I would look at it from like
Chris
general-
doesn't have video.
general consumer like industry. I know
I'll have
Nintendo
to come to
sell
El Paso,
too,
El
but
Paso first.
There you go. You'll have a good incentive.
Oh, Lord. I think we're moving on now. Oh, I know what we're moving on to. Hey, Stealth, you ready?
I'm ready.
oh, man.
Dragon Quest Heroes, that game that's not yet confirmed for us, and Dragon Quest XI, the game that's never fucking gonna come to us ever,
But they would like to do it.
developed simultaneously. Oh.
See, they Square wants to localize so many things, and they'd love to do it. They just don't.
Look, we really, really want to. Hey, you loud, rambling bunch of fans over there, we really want to listen to you, but we're kind of afraid. We're kind of cowards. Kinda. But you know what? If Dragon Quest XI comes out on the PlayStation 4, at least I don't have to fucking import a system from Japan to play it.
I don't.
Which
think it'll
one?
be on PS4.
Which one is the online one?
That's
10.
10.
10? Is that one coming here?
No.
Nope.
They want to, but no.
Exactly. Like with 7. They said with both 7 and 10, we really, really want
And
to.
slime, and
but
slime.
we really, really can't. Oh, that's right. Rocket Slime.
The third one.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Beryl
That's
is like
the
all
one they
hard up for that,
said
apparently.
they can.
And meanwhile, they still haven't confirmed Bravely Second either. They're localizing.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, but what the hell's taking so long?
I don't know. I have no idea. They're gonna do
But-
it. Come on. They're gonna do it though. You know they're gonna do it.
Well,
Will
you know,
they?
Probably
how far away
Square
was the
Enix.
Japanese Bravely Default release from the English Bravely Default release?
Like
I'm gonna
a
look
year.
it up.
Over a
Yeah,
year.
dude. It was forever.
It was a year at least.
Yeah. It was awful.
I want to say it came out like holiday 2012 there, and then
But I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Dragon Quest XI is coming for the PS4 and Wii U. Just
yeah, I would say it's coming to that would be
it would be stupid to put it on the PS4 alone.
yeah. I mean, it's not selling super hot in Japan as far as I know. Like the Wii U consistently beats it out, doesn't it?
Yeah, every week. It's outpaced it every week.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I
Fair
mean,
enough indeed.
Dragon
But it
Quest
won't matter because we're not getting it, so.
Fucking, I hate him. I hate him.
Say, you know what? I still have Dragon Quest 8 sitting on my shelf. Maybe I should play that sometime so I can feel
You really should, because I mean,
Randy and I together.
it.
Shelf unopened.
I just replayed it for like the third time. It's so good.
Yeah. Can't remember how far I got.
I didn't get past the plastic packaging.
I don't even know you motherfuckers anymore.
I got it for Christmas once, and I played it for maybe 20 hours, maybe a little bit less. And
That's
then
not enough to get anywhere.
Yeah, no, because it didn't get me enough. It didn't hook me enough. I got Trunks, or whoever his face is, that looks like
There you
Trunks
go.
from Dragon Ball.
I thought that would have sold you, Randy.
And then you can go Super Saiyan. I mean, only in, the North American version, or at least not the Japanese version. Super high tension, where your bandana flies off and you get super spiky hair.
Hell yeah.
It's like,
That was the best part.
Stealth, are you excited for Dragon Quest Heroes?
I'm pretty excited. I'm not
That's
very. I'm not,
definitely like Muso games aren't something that are going to be hard to import. If there's no news of localization on the horizon, I'm not going to feel bad about importing Dragon Quest
I
Heroes.
think it will be a little bit harder to play imported because I tried even Hyrule Warriors and I struggled, like even with the menus, because they like put everything like through 10 menus deep walls, and it's just hard. So
Fair
we'll see.
enough.
But I'm gonna need more characters. I'm gonna need Talon. I'm gonna need him.
Fair enough indeed.
I'm gonna need a god too. You should be able to play as God.
Dude! Can you fucking imagine?
He would just
I can totally
cite
imagine.
something.
Oh lord. Alright, I guess Dragon Quest Hour is over.
Aw.
But JRPG Hour is not over just yet.
Oh yeah. So Tales of Zestiria has a release date for Japan, and they can expect it January 22nd. So that can only mean that the North American one can't be too far behind. I mean, they did announce it simultaneously.
Yeah, they did
Doubtful
say
of-
it was like
It'll
not
be
quite
the-
a worldwide release, but like they were
Right.
all being
They're not going to have it delayed 2 years like they did Zillia 1 and 2. So
Nope.
we should probably, you know what? They've been hot on doing August releases, and considering we haven't seen an English trailer yet, I don't think it's going to come out in the winter like Symphonia did. I think it's going to be another August release here in English. So that's going to be my guess until we get a solid answer. Anybody else excited for Tales of Zestiria? John, after
I'm gonna
all of
give it
that
a whirl.
Zillia awesomeness, I'm sure you're excited.
I'm gonna give it a whirl. I am.
Good.
Especially if they do something cray-cray, like announce it for PlayStation 4.
Probably won't happen. But I mean, because the
They
giant,
did it for Persona 5!
well, they have announced the release date, and they're like, okay, yeah, the game's been in development for PS3 for like 2 years. Here you go.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Randy, why you gotta
yeah.
crush my dreams?
I'm just
Why,
saying,
why you gotta dog shit all over my dreams, Randy?
you know what?
I'm gonna rub your fucking nose in it.
I poop where I want.
Just like the duck hunt dog.
Dude, some
Oh,
dogs like to eat their own shit, so what the fuck?
it's a delicacy.
Hey-o.
So
Oh god.
that is going to happen. So that will be fun and awesome. What else we got going on? What else?
Randy, I know you're not interested in Ace Attorney, but I know you are interested in Sherlock, so I thought this news would tickle your fancy.
Yeah, he likes the pink-haired lollies.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm all about. What do we got going on? Is this me? Am I reading this?
You are.
Oh, jeez, man. Sherlock and Watson are coming to the new Ace Attorney game. Isn't that going to
Look
be...
at it now.
What? Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Look at it.
it's totally not, Benedict Cumberbatch or anything.
Wouldn't that be fucking hilarious? The artist or interpretation of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Anime Cumberbatch. Side by side.
It would get more Japanese fan art than the Persona 5 main character.
Oh,
It
God.
would.
Man, Watson to bone cell.
Right. But yeah, Capcom recently announced that that's going to be a thing. And then it was in Famitsu and all the other fun stuff. So they're going to be... Are they main characters, or what's the deal here? Are they just
I
like
think they're
side?
just massively hyped cameos.
I think they're
Oh.
like side characters.
Yep.
Because I don't think
like,
that...
like Edgeworth and...
Right, I was going to say, I don't think they've passed the bar exam or anything.
It could be like rivals in solving crime.
Exactly. Maybe they're an
But one
anime
is a-
character.
But one fits right into different anime.
Maybe the great Ace Attorney shoots Sherlock in the head and it becomes the mystery of season or series 4 or 5 or whatever the hell we're on.
You do realize that this is just a ploy to get her in her own side game, like a date sim.
You bet. Alright, let's move on to the other girl we want to date. Chris,
Yes.
you're next.
Okay.
Wait, Chris isn't a girl.
I
No,
was
but
gonna say.
And it's not a 15-foot tall Amazon.
Me. I don't have the outline in front of me. I'm using my phone.
Well, you wanted to talk about
Oh.
a certain Nintendo Direct that happened last week.
Yes. I thought it was a good transition, but somebody doesn't have the outline ready. For
I
shame,
don't-
Chris.
Late
I don't have
and
the
no
outline
outline.
because I don't
I-
have.
Dude, what happened in the Direct last week? What was it all
Oh,
about?
ho, 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 yes, Bayonetta.
Well,
Dude, yeah, I want to touch her for reals.
Well, soon with the gamepad, you can. You can stroke her lovingly with your stylus, or whatever you want to use to apply pressure. I mean, I'm
I'm
not gonna judge.
say,
ah,
I
ah.
can think of
Right.
a stylus I'd like to use. So what did you guys think? What did you guys think? Like, who watched it? Who watched it besides me?
I did.
You
Same
watched
here.
it?
I watched the whole thing.
Super hype?
I'm moderately hyped.
Moderately hyped? Where? Okay,
Yeah.
what's not pushing you there to the maximum hype?
I don't know, but I was hyped when they showed that Fox costume. Because we had seen everything up to that point. That was like brand new information.
Well, yeah. The multiplayer mode has me really intrigued. Actually, the co-op,
Chris, you and I are gonna be
especially
playing
because they
all the
said,
time. Okay.
yeah, they actually said that it would be online, and I'm like, all right, that looks really cool. The one thing that I guess keeps that from being like, oh my god, I absolutely have to play multiplayer right now, is how they didn't really get into like how you find other players. I mean, if you can jump in immediately with people from your friends list, or if it's going to be like a random matchup, or like Nintendo always likes to do online stuff funny. So,
True.
yeah, that's the only thing that gives me pause is how the online mode's going to work. But I'm glad that they introduced it. It looks super cool. It basically looks like kind of Monster Hunter-ish, where you and another player go up against these really tough foes, and if you do, you get like these rewards and stuff like that you can bring back to the main campaign. I think that's awesome. I think we all need to wear stiletto heels with guns on them. That's just me, though.
I'm always wearing stiletto heels with guns on them. I mean,
Just can't see them because he's a fucking dog right now.
There you go.
I actually forgot what he looked like the human form.
legend says that long ago.
Hey, Randy, is that even your final form?
No, I have other forms.
This is like Yu Yu Hakusho all over again.
This is,
Yeah, if he
this
puts
is
a talisman to his head, he can transform into something else.
that's form 1. This is form 2.
Oh god.
Yes.
I liked the first form better, but
Well-
the second form is slightly more sexy.
I can concentrate and go to form 3. Ah!
Yes! Yes, Hatsune Miku! Project Divas! Stuff.
And I don't want to go
Fuck me.
because then the entire planet gets kind of screwed. So I'm gonna just revert back to first. There we go.
You only go past that to God mode if Beerus shows up.
Yeah, exactly. Then I'd have to do that. But Bayonetta 2, I'm super hype. I was glad that they are adding all of the special costumes that they announced for Bayonetta 1 to be into, because at their digital event and like all of their stuff, they only showed off those costumes during Bayonetta 1 gameplay. So it's like, are they gonna have those in the second game? I mean, they made them. Why not? So I don't know. I'm kind of hyped for that in addition to the Fox one, and I'm kind of hoping, like, as much as I love her outfit, her like default one for 2, I hope that they include her costume from the first one as playable, because I don't know. I like that. I liked her hair in that one because that is the kind of man that I am. I want her hair from the first one.
That's okay, Randy.
Thanks for not judging me.
Are we ready to go into what we've been doing?
I don't know. Are you ready, man?
I'm a little ready. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I think Stealth's up first.
Oh,
Why am I first on all these lists?
because
You wanna go
Yes,
last?
Matt.
No, I'll go.
You're the esteemed guest.
I'll go. I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone. Like, way
Yeah?
too much. But
Oh.
I'm like the worst. I've never gotten so angry while playing games. Like, almost every game that I'm gonna lose, I quit. Pretty much every one. And to nobody, I started swearing unbelievably. just at the TV because I get so angry when I don't know. It's just one of those games where I'm just a really bad loser.
Oh, I've never played it, but I've heard it's quite the craze.
Yeah, I'm not gonna judge you on that because those craze type of games, whoo, they'll get you pissed off.
Well, no, it's a card game, so it's like when you're about to win and someone pulls a card, and then I just think that they somehow have a program that gave them that card to beat me.
You can talk about card
It's all the
games.
program's fault.
Chris
Yeah,
is our card game man.
It's true. Chris,
But I'm
did you play
happy.
Hearthstone?
I
What?
never put 1 cent into that game. It's free to play, but I never
Good.
gave them any money.
Nice.
Chris, you ever play Hearthstone?
I have kind of a beef against that game.
Really? Why don't
Yeah.
you tell us about your beef?
White hot opinions, people.
Well, as you may know, I'm sort of the connoisseur of card games.
At least
Um,
around here.
A long, long time ago, they actually released a World of Warcraft trading card game from Upper Deck Entertainment and the soon-to-be-called Cryptozoic Entertainment. And that game was really, really amazing. It's the only card game that I've played, and I've played literally hundreds of card games, that has really ever given Magic the Gathering a run for its money with me. And when Hearthstone came out, it's funny because they started to take a lot of their focus off the World of Warcraft trading card game and started to put a lot of that development resources into Hearthstone. And I was really pissed off about that, especially considering that they reuse a lot of their assets from the World of Warcraft trading card game. Like, none of that art is new. A lot of that art was art that was originally commissioned for the World of Warcraft trading card game. A lot of the cards they use are basically dumbed-down versions of the cards in the World of Warcraft trading card game. And so the entire game, it's basically like World of Warcraft light. It's like I don't know, it's like Duel Masters, compared, like, if you compared Magic the Gathering to Duel Masters, it's like World of Warcraft trading card game is to Hearthstone.
I
So.
watched that anime.
Did you really?
I did. I admit it. And it was crappy. I didn't understand the rules. There were no rules.
There were rules, but the rules were so dumb, I'm pretty sure they just made them up on the spot in the anime. I
I don't know why I watched it.
I got a promotional material for that game, actually, when they started shipping them out to the hobby stores. My grandmother owns a hobby store, and she gave it to me to figure out how to play it and tell her if it was any good. And I came back to her a couple days later, and I'm like, don't carry this. Don't buy this, please. So,
Please don't spread it around.
don't spend money on this, please. Don't order any product. So, yeah. But yeah, the World of Warcraft trading card game, God, I love that game so much. It's so well designed that when I see something like Hearthstone, especially what Hearthstone has done to the original design of that game, I'm just like, why would anyone play this? But then I kind of realize, I'm like, that game is not for people who play cards. That game is for people who, it's because they're like the barrier of entry, like, okay, cool, play this, and guess what? There's other card games out there. Maybe you can make the jump, I guess, but it's really kind of like the intermediary. So,
Fair enough. I learned something today.
yes, sir. Dude, I kid you not, I've got probably the first 4 or 5 sets of the World of Warcraft trading card game complete. And that's like including those really, really expensive loot cards that people are paying like $600 for.
Good lord.
So, yeah.
Nerd.
You're not dedicated at all.
No. Actually, I just had a lot of money and I really liked the game.
Mm-hmm.
This was back when I was like single. I didn't have a kid. I didn't know what else to spend my money on, so I just spent it on cards.
Oh, fair enough. Stealth, what other game have you been playing? Speaking of the great Ace Attorney.
Playing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. I actually just finished that, so that's good. Fun puzzle game. Let me see. I've been playing Xillia 2. Still somewhere in the middle. I have no idea where I am. And then I was reading this manga, and someone recommended it to me. It's only 6 chapters, but I got a pretty big surprise because it's called Grisai no Kaijitsu, and it's like a slice of life for like the first 3 chapters, and then it goes like full blown porn hentai horribleness for like 3 chapters, and then I looked at the description, and there was nothing about that it's a slice of life, you know. But after that, it just gets horrible. And then,
Why
like the
can I
last
picture
chapter,
that so easily?
and like the last chapter, like the main female character cuts the male's character's head off, and then it just gets
What?
really weird.
Wow.
And everything is like visual, like you see everything. So I recommend that. So, like, the first 3 chapters is normal, and then like the last 3, I think I have a feeling it wasn't selling. So then they went full blown crazy.
So what you're saying is, parents, add this to your Christmas shopping list for your kids
Yeah.
for the games that they play. For the
They
mom-
fucking they pick up the first half of the book and they read this cutesy little slice of life stuff and they're like, oh, let's hand it to the kid.
Yeah, and then like chapter 4 is like a threesome with the main character and 2 other females when they're on a skiing trip.
Yeah. Jesus fuck, that's funny.
I could just
Oh,
see it
that's
now. They're
hilarious.
like, have you been having fun fapping to this so far? Okay, here's some beheading. You're like, whoa!
Joke's on them. That only arouses me further.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't a graceful transition, let me tell you.
I would like to
Oh my
see
God.
graceful transition pulled off well for something.
Well, no, because in a lot of anime, it takes like 200 chapters just to get like the main male character and the female character to kiss. It takes like 200 chapters.
True.
This is chapter
This
like
fuck-
4.
That's cool. That's so great.
So yeah, I read that today.
So
I think that may be the highlight of this fucking show. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh my god.
Good lord.
And then the worst part was reading the comments about it, and everyone's like, "How come chapter 4 couldn't happen in chapter 1? Because they're all perverts and horrible people."
Oh my god.
Christ. We will leave it at that. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, Stealth?
No, that's it. I had to get out that of my chest because it actually did annoy me.
Well, thank you for
Fair enough.
saving that for the show, because that's material we needed. You left your mark on Backwards Compatible by talking about that.
You certainly
Fantastic.
did. Oh, who's next? Randy's next?
I think I am, yeah. Okay, so I've been talking about Final Fantasy VIII a lot, and I have some exciting news, guys. I beat it. I beat it for the first time since 7th grade, so I
Oh,
am...
wow.
yeah. Yeah,
Got
I'm
that
happy.
long cutscene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Yesterday I spent, oh my god, so much time. I was just doing extra stuff like for 6 hours. Just like I'm gonna run over here and get this bonus GF, and then I'll run over here and get this magic. And at the end, I had all of the GFs. I had everyone's max weapon. God, it's just like I was just going through stuff. I didn't do all the side quests, but I also got like a crap ton of magic. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's just get this gravy train rolling. So then I just kept on going through, and I went to bed at 3:30 last night.
Yeah,
just after
Damn
doing
right you did.
but what's really cool was that yesterday was the 15th anniversary of the game releasing in North America. How crazy is that?
Ho ho!
Yeah. So I didn't celebrate Dreamcast Day, sadly. I was too busy playing Final Fantasy VIII like a nerd. But it was really great. I fought that last boss, and you know, I everyone was kind of like normal leveled, except for Squall was level 100 going in there, and of course, like you know, bosses are based off of your level and stuff. I forgot that the last boss, like you go in with your chosen party of 3, because there's 6 playable characters. You go in there, and the last boss chooses which 3 people are going to fight. So she had chosen one person out of my main team. But what's good is rather than them just fainting and laying there, they get erased from time, and then they're replaced with another person who's alive.
Nice.
So I let everybody die who wasn't part of my main 3. So then it was down to my last 3 characters, because of course that's just how it goes. And I was just doing Squall's Limit Break over and over and over again, just hammering the thing to death. Eventually, Zell died, so then it was just Squall and Renoa. I'm like, all right, this is pretty good. This is kind of how this should end. And then it was going, and I got to like the second to last form. No, to the last form, and then murdered Renoa. I'm like, oh crap. Okay, well let's just keep going because there's a few stages of the last form that you need to go through because she has like stupid dialogue triggers that you need to hit like damage-wise before things move on. And then she used this move called Hell's Judgment, which no matter what brings your character to 1 HP. I'm like, oh god. So of course, and then how Final Fantasy VIII works, you don't have a limit gauge bar that fills up. It's just when you are low on health, you get the option to do it. So of course, with 1 HP, I have the option. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have anything. I don't have any way to heal him.
It's like all or nothing.
Yeah, so I did it, and that beat it. So I beat it. Everybody dead. Main character, 1 HP left.
You fucking love when that happens in RPGs, though. You do.
It is. It's boner-inducing. That's why I didn't.
It's the most gratifying experience because I've had that shit happen to me once or twice, where like the main character is just about to die, and you deliver the final blow, and you're like, yes.
Yeah, you're just like, thank you.
Speaking of, I'm not going to spoil Final Fantasy VI, but fighting the last boss of Final Fantasy VI, I misunderstood how it was determining character order because it is as typical Final Fantasy games do. With like splitting your party into 3 and like picking whatever to go fight the last boss. I misunderstood for some reason, and I picked my worst batch of characters to fight the last boss, and the last boss completely obliterated 2 out of 3 of my party, or 3 out of 4 or something, and left just Little Mog standing up. And Little Mog, with his jump ability, jumps up and just avoids all hell breaking loose, jumps down, does damage, jumps up again, and does that shit so much that the last boss eventually dies. And I, like, soloed the last boss with fucking Mog. I'm like,
wow.
What? It must have been fate. It must have been fate.
Randy,
yeah, Jared.
do you know how I beat the final boss the last time I played Final Fantasy VIII?
No, please tell me.
I had Selphie in my party.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I knew this would happen or not, but her limit break move called The End.
The End, oh god.
It actually, if you just use that over and over again, it just instantly kills every single form until the final form.
Wow.
So like you don't even have to fight the forms if you have her, like if you have aura on her.
Yeah.
Or if you just have her in low health. And then in the final form, then you just fight, and that's it. So I'll never forget it. I think I discovered it on my own because I just didn't know, like I never really used her or her limit breaks that much. So it was just like the most ridiculous thing. And then the flowers, and then the text that says The End, and then it's just like instant death for every single form of the final boss. I thought that was insane. But
nice.
Good times.
I had used that earlier when I was playing through against a boss, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But,
it's ridiculously powerful.
I got to a point in the story where she was like out of the party for a bit, so then I stopped using her for a while, and I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of digging how Renoa works, so I'm just gonna stick with her. So I at least changed up my party from when I played through it in 7th grade. I mained Squall, Irvine, and Zell, so I'm like, yeah, no women in my party because girls aren't as strong. Bullshit. You raise them right, they're gonna kick some ass. So I had mostly a team of girls the whole time. So yeah, I beat 8, and I feel really awesome about that. So I can actually be finally free and play other things.
Congratulations, Randy.
Arkham City. Yeah, I know, Chris. I'm sorry.
Xenoblade.
I beat Xenoblade.
Or not Xenoblade, Xenogears. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, Xenoblade is me.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking Chris, what's wrong with you?
How's Pandora's
Sorry.
Tower again there, buddy?
Chris explains himself every week that he actually like reviews games.
It's true, I do have issues.
Like that's it. He has responsibilities, John.
Mm-hmm.
I have responsibilities too.
He also has a kid.
Why do you think I'm gonna play 1,000 hours of Smash in the next 7 days?
Because you're crazy.
Because
I
you
am.
want to. Let's not lie to ourselves, John. You would do it anyway.
Damn right I would.
Deco says Selphie's the best. Less than 3. I agree because she is really awesome. And Jared can, from Jared's story, Yeah,
I
that's right.
almost want you all to read badly written XXX fan fiction for half an hour.
Less than 3, I'll never forget that. Oh my god.
So,
Compatible.
my next game that I played, John, we talked about Gunvolt last week. Did you play any more? Because I did. I
I
beat that.
haven't touched it since last week, to be honest with you.
I beat that like middle stage after you beat those first 3, and it's like, oh, you better
Right.
go take care of this other thing.
Right?
I decided to take it with me when I went upstairs to exercise at like the gym room area thing,
Right.
apartment, and I got on the bike so I could actually sit and play games versus like walking on the treadmill and stuff.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I could play this, and that stage gets really weird partway through because then it flips.
Yeah, it
upside
does.
down. And that was too much for my brain to do, so like I would stop pedaling because I'm trying to like time jump right. And I'm like, okay, I just have to be done, and then I just closed it so I could finish doing my thing. But then I got back home, and then I was playing it, and I beat that. That took a lot of brain power that I don't think should, because it's just upside down. Nothing literally changed other than just going
Well, I
left
mean,
and
you
right.
have to flip your directions and shit, right?
Well, right still moves you right, left still moves you left. It's just jumping gets you lower on the screen and then you fall up. So it's just, I don't know. It's a weird perspective thing that just screws with me. But I beat that, so that's cool. And then I turned it off and I haven't played it since.
Yeah, I haven't. Like, it's not like Gunvolt isn't reeling me in. I've just been reading a ton of Calvin and Hobbes in my spare time, so I haven't done much gaming until this fucking Smash Bros. Demo came out, and now it owns my life.
Yeah. But speaking of games that I should be playing, Raymond says everyone needs to play Xenogears right now. Although using the word play to describe the second disc is a bit generous. So I assume I'm going to be watching a lot of things, which is fine by me. I play RPGs for story. Mostly it's like I just want to play an anime. So that's kind of why Tales
That's kind of what Xenogears is, though.
Yeah, extremely. So I will get to that, I promise. I did watch the new episode of Doctor Who, but I don't think I have anyone here to talk about that with, so that's fine. Needless
We
to
need
say,
to invite Andrew back on the show.
it's true. We will get him back, especially like if any time it'll be like for the season finale.
Speaking of Doctor Who,
Oh!
it's actually funny. No. Don't
Oh.
get your hopes up too much. Don't you dare. I didn't watch it. I'm
Damn
just
it.
saying.
Look at the sad little puppy! Oh my god!
Is that you doing that, or is it like you pressing a button, or what's
No,
going on?
that's me. No, I can do this.
Okay.
He's blind.
Anyways, no, it's funny that you should mention that actually, because the guys at Future Lab, and I love them to death. Okay, they're based out of Brighton in the UK. You think that they would be like super down, all aboard for Doctor Who? Because I don't know. Last I checked, Doctor Who is like their national anthem and Bird and all that
And
put
Bird.
together. Yeah. One of the guy, he's the managing director of Future Lab, cannot stand Doctor Who. He I don't know, for some strange reason he hates it. And so there's a bunch of us who are big fans have been just pestering him, and some of the other people at the studio have been pestering him to watch it. So he's finally sat down, and I guess he watched the first 2 episodes of season 8, and he said, quote unquote, like, they're bearable, is what he said. But I know that's just James Marsden for I'm starting to like it. I just don't want to admit it. So
Okay. That's fair
That's how
you
people
have-
work.
listeners, if you have a moment and you have a Twitter, tweet at Future Lab and tell them how awesome that you think Doctor Who is. And James will see it and probably hate you for the rest of your life, but it'll be worth it because I'll laugh.
Blocked. That's fine.
The Future Lab block list.
Oh,
God.
man.
So you need to watch Doctor Who, Chris. Catch up to Series 8, and we'll have a good time.
I at least watch Doctor Who vicariously through Holly whenever she has it on.
It's true.
That
Although it
doesn't
was
really count, though.
it was really cool. In this episode, we had we got to see the actor who played the second Doctor way back in the '60s, kind of represented in the show. So that was kind of neat. So it's an Easter egg, so keep your eyes open. Other things, some animus, guys. Did we all watch Sailor Moon Crystal?
Yes,
I
we
do.
did.
Okay, too many people talked at once. Who says yes?
Me.
Jonathan says yes.
Chris? Chris, you're my holdout.
What?
You're my
I'm
holdout.
sorry, I can't. I've not been paying attention to anything that you've said for the past 67 seconds.
Did you watch Sailor Moon Crystal, Chris?
What? I'm sorry, I'm still not paying attention to what you guys are saying.
I don't think you did.
Okay. Anyways, it was
Who
good.
has time?
After
Who
a
has
3
time?
freaking week
It's
hiatus.
20 minutes, man. 20 minutes.
It's 20 minutes, Chris.
It's
Chris,
more like
Chris,
24
what the
minutes.
fuck is wrong with you?
It's
I
okay.
play
Cross-dressing,
games and
Sailor
I do
Scout.
shit.
I don't hold it against you. It's okay.
Uh,
I will just say, man.
Okay.
Chris
I
doesn't
will-
believe in the power of love.
I will get down and I will like super hardcore binge watch all of Sailor Moon Crystal once I'm done with like all of these things. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, disclaimer for you, Randy, and for anybody else listening.
Uh-huh.
It is the October Gauntlet coming up here pretty soon. I am not gonna have any free time,
That's true.
like none.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have any free time either. I'm not even gonna fucking lie.
like for reals, like the next review that I have coming up, I should be getting a copy of Natural Doctrine, and so that's got to at least take up anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks at least. So
Fair enough. Well, either way, you can drool once you get to the point where Sailor Jupiter hits the scene. Oh, so good.
well, you know what? I am a fan of
You
Liz.
realize she's a teenager, right?
Well, you realize I'm not even straight, so it's not even gonna happen. And she's 2D, so there's
Wait,
like
what?
a bajillion obstacles
Anime is real life.
stopping me from letting this happen with an underage anime girl.
You see,
So
now we're gonna have to wait like 5 weeks for the next episode. They're gonna increase the amount of time in between each episode.
no, they can't. They cannot delay me
It
finally
went from
getting
2
my.
weeks to 3, now it'll be 4. It'll be a full
No.
month.
No, I need Sailor V.
Randy wants Sailor
now.
V. Randy wants Sailor V.
I
Yeah,
need.
He
For
wants
someone
the
I
Sailor
know
V
who-
part.
Mm.
Sailor V card.
V for victory, suckers!
Oh, dear Lord.
That's a good voice.
So, Aldnoah, hey, Jared, did you watch
Hi.
Aldnoah this week?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, this is a good episode, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good, especially like the last 10 seconds.
You guys, remember how it took me like a year and a half-ish to jump on the Ava train, and when I did, I jumped on it hardcore and did some dancing and was like, y'all are right, I'm wrong, blah,
Okay.
blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
That shit's gonna happen without Noah.0,
Oh,
isn't it?
I thought you were gonna say it did happen.
No. I'll
Well, that's-
surprise you one day. Today is not that day.
We need to trick Jonathan into watching Guilty Crown.
There you
Hype it
go.
up as fuck, and then be like, yeah, watch it. And then when you're done, you're gonna want to kill us all.
I
But
fully
Noah's a different story.
but I'm afraid
You
to.
need to trick him. You need to trick him into watching whatever anime it was that Stealth was reading when it gets turned into an anime.
I'd love that to be animated.
Especially.
Not
The gore.
say we did.
So yeah, Aldnoah is really good, and I'm really sad because I found out that after it's episode 12 or 13, it's going on break for like a season or two, and then I'll do the second half.
What's
Wait,
going on
what?
with this? In the old days, like, we'd have like 20 episodes in a week. Now everyone's on break.
Yeah, it's kind of so
These
we're gonna
new
have.
laws are really
Is
messing.
this like the Japanese version of the writer's strike?
Wait.
No.
Pat from Basement Quality says Randy's giving him the Sailor D.
You know I do.
I have a feeling that, from what I heard, like, the first couple episodes of Aldnoah were like a special, like, finance project, like, almost like a pilot. But I'm not sure if that was true. And then they made more, and what probably happened is, like, the committee that they have now probably only budgeted out, like, a one core season, and then it's all hyped, and then they're probably going to merchandise it for a while. I don't know, maybe it'll premiere again with, like, the same season that, like, Attack on Titan picks up again or something.
Oh my God, that would be insanity.
That'd be like the best summer or fall or
Oh,
spring
God,
or winter
yeah.
ever.
So we'll have that to look forward to. I mean, not the break stuff, but
I didn't know there was gonna be a break.
yeah, I
I
know
didn't
it.
know that. Who the
I
hell
didn't
told
know
you that?
Wikipedia told me.
Ah,
Wikipedia is a damn dirty liar.
It's not always a damn dirty liar. It's got citations and shit. I could look up like the actual
Yeah.
stuff, but
for anime stuff, it's generally kind of pretty accurate.
right.
Hmm.
Before, also just gonna quick mention Love Stage. Totally over. 10 episodes. Today was the last one.
Oh,
I am impressed. I'm impressed with its ending. I did not expect it to be as good as it was, so I will leave it at that. But Free, Free. Oh,
Yeah, you'd be the second person I've been talking to today who might have been frustrated with Free.
frustrated, huh?
Well, pissed. Are you pissed?
No.
Are you frustrated with the character or no?
Well, I've never been a super big fan of Haru, so this isn't really doing him any good in my
who is a
eyes.
fan of Haru? Who is a fan of Haru?
The guy that's just like, I like water.
Me.
I'm a fan of Haru from Devil Survivor Overclocked. Yeah,
What is
Does he only swim?
Yeah.
Does he only swim free?
she is a rock
that?
star.
Does he eat mackerel?
Oh God. So
If
yeah.
anything, at least like there's 2 more episodes left. So
Did you watch after the credits?
Yes, of course I did.
Oh my God, that is a twist I did not expect. So we'll
Yeah,
see what
man.
happens because things could get serious and it'd be awesome.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of like interested what they'll do next year. Like if there's a season 3 of Free, because as the third years graduate, that means like potential for 2 new Free characters.
I didn't even think about the possibility of them doing more after this. I was like, nope, they'll graduate and that'll be it.
I have a feeling they'll keep it going with like the younger crowd, like that Momo, what's his name, and
Right.
the pansy kid who's doing better because Sosuke helped him, and then like you'll have Ray and that blonde kid, and you'll have like maybe some new members, and yeah, like I think it'll continue to some degree, and then you'll get cameos. But like, what if, or it could go the other direction where it also follows like Haru and Rin into their Australian adventures. Well, I don't know what they're gonna do.
I like the.
They're gonna swim the Great Barrier Reef and get stung by a jellyfish and die.
No.
Oh.
No.
Ben,
Oh,
they're
I'm
done
sorry. Did I say that out loud?
It's true. They
Can I
did.
ask you guys a question?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Are any of you watching Mahoka?
No.
now. I stopped that episode.
Oh,
I stopped when the tournament thing started.
I'd keep going, and I would
I
read the light
heard-
novel. I'm addicted to it.
I heard I was supposed to watch more, but then I didn't.
Yeah.
Sorry. I heard it got better. Like, I stopped after like the first or second episode of the tournament stuff or the whatever they called it. Yeah.
It gets really good afterwards.
Damn.
And the light novel, I would recommend if you don't want to watch it, read the light novel, which is so much better.
I've heard that the series has to skip around or skim off like a lot
Yeah,
of.
it's really skimmed down.
Yeah.
Like they're converting like 15 light novels into a 26 anime series. It just doesn't work.
I mean, I
It's
even
like what would
watched.
it's like what would happen with the original like DBZ when they would like fit like 3 episodes together. It's kind of where they would like splice. It's kind of like that.
I even watched some of those like I think it was like the chibi characters like instructing you on different like terminology of the anime. I even watched some of that. I was into it for a little while, and then something happened. I think when the season started, or something, and I didn't continue it. I watched it for like its first little bit, I think.
So we have Raymond who has something to say about all this. He said, I started watching Eldnoah.0 one day after work. I was caught up the next day.
Nice.
As you should do. because it gets you. Oh man, so good.
Gets ya.
Speaking of really good stuff, I have one last thing on my list. So I got a package in today, and with it, I finally picked up. Well, not finally, because it just came out a couple of weeks ago. But the Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle Omnibus. It was like dozens of volumes long. Finished out a couple of years ago, but now they're doing 3-in-1s. I borrowed them from a friend who watched them originally, so now I just got this. So I'm like, all right, cool. I get to do this all over again because I own the anime and all that other fun stuff, but it doesn't adapt the manga too well. Like, season 2 just ends with like a little video thing like, hey, sorry we didn't get to do everything. Go read the stuff. Bye. It's like, thanks, good. I'm glad I spent the money on this for zero closure. I mean, I knew that going in, but I was still upset when I got to that point. But it's a pretty good thing. Like before, I've talked about Cardcaptor Sakura and all that fun stuff. It's made by the same people, and it's actually the same main characters, Sakura and Shoran, but they are different versions of themselves in a different universe, and it's very like much more fantasy than it is magical girl. Like he's got a sword and she's got magical abilities. They hook up with 2 other dudes from another dimension, and they kind of go across all of the different Clamp universes, the same.
Oh, that's right. That's the one that has all of the Clamp characters.
Yep, exactly. So they visit like characters from Chobits, and they go to X, like that whole thing with Tokyo Babylon and all the other fun junk. It's really cool and a whole lot of fun. It's kind of like a big celebration of all of the work that they've done with a really cool story. It intermingles with another series they had going on at the same time called Triple X Holic. You can read both at the same time because they would like publish one volume and then of one series and then the next and then back and forth and stuff because they would intertwine all the time. So I might.
I love it when people like. I've heard so many pronunciations for that anime and stuff.
Yeah, I just spell it out. I'm like, I think it's just Holic and the X's are silent, but whatever.
Or Exolic. I've heard that too.
That just sounds like breakfast.
Alkazolic.
Oh, so I just got that in today, and I'm still on chapter 1. But it's neat because I haven't read this in like 3 years. So it'll be cool to own it and only have to buy like 7 or 8 volumes versus like 30. Yeah, exactly. So that will be neat and stuff, and it can fill my Clamp hunger and things like that. So that's what I had. I think it's Jared who's up next.
Oh man, let me just finish my outline real quick. Alright.
Why am I not surprised? Dude's had 1 hour and 31 minutes.
Hey, I just thought of this like a minute ago, right? Or like 10 seconds ago. Alright, I'll go. I've been watching more Lost.
Woo!
Like the only thing I've been doing. I just finished season 3. That was pretty fun watching that again. The beginning of season 3 of Lost is really bad, and then they I think they figured out that where they wanted to go with it, or maybe they signed the deal with ABC to end it in like 6 seasons, but I don't remember. Anyways, something happened, and then they like killed off some characters, and they're like, yeah, let's make this good again, and then it got good again, sorta, and then season 3 ended, and now it's time for season 4. And I think they're gonna start introducing like one of my favorite characters from Lost. His name is Faraday. I think that's his last name.
Daniel Faraday, yeah.
Daniel Faraday. Because I think
Why do
they had
I know this shit? I watched too much Lost.
I wanted to say it was Daniel, but I didn't want to get it wrong. One of my best friends, he's watching Lost right now, and he's in season 4, and I guess he said we joke. He was joking, but he was just like, I have a crush on Faraday, and I'm like, I used to as well. So
You
like,
have a crush on Faraday, Jared?
yeah, like he's the best. Like he's one of the best characters. Like he understands things so well. I don't remember much about him. I just remember that he was written really well. So I can't wait to see him again. Be like a long lost brother. Yeah. So it's kind of emotional. The ending of season 3 of Lost was a big deal back in the day because of a certain character death.
Yes.
It's a big ass deal.
Even I know why.
Wow. But you never watched all of Lost, John.
Whenever Holly finishes with all of Lost, I think I will have seen all of Lost.
So Lost, I won't keep going on forever, but that's totally still fun. Someone like posted a link, was part of like the Argo Bueno chat channels and stuff. Someone posted a link to this thing called Digging in the Carts. Have any of you guys heard of this?
I have not. No.
Digging in the Carts is really cool. Digging in the Carts is it's at least 6 episodes. It's a documentary series about Japanese video game music, and it is really good if you like Japanese video game music. The first episode I watched was I think 15 minutes, and it's produced. I guess it's produced from the Red Bull Music Academy. But if you just type in "Digging in the Carts" in Google, you'll find it, or you can go to RedBullMusicAcademy.com. I've never heard of this stuff. I guess it's like a Red Bull thing, but they interviewed people, so Hitoshi Sakamoto, Anna Monoguchi, and a bunch of people who were there programming music on the NES and before that and after that, and my assumption is that they get into orchestrated music later on. I don't really know everyone that they interviewed, but they're interviewing they went to Japan, they interviewed people there, and then they interviewed just all kinds of other artists too, sort of. I don't know. I just only watched one episode, and I had to do other stuff at the time. But it's if you like video game music,
hell,
it's
I'm gonna be
totally
watching
really cool.
all that shit.
So there's that. Let's see. So I finally broke my my 5-week streak of not playing video games. That was interesting. I was just hanging out with some friends, and they wanted to play Project M. So I played a little bit of Project M. I brought my my GameCube controllers. One of our friends was back in town. He lives in New York or something, and so he was back in town. We just got together, and I think I played 3 rounds of Smash on Project M, and then they started playing Battle Block Theater, and I did not play. So that was that. So I finally played a video game again.
Hey.
That was interesting. And that was that for games. Golden Time. I think I might have mentioned that it arrived last week. Maybe it didn't.
I think
don't know.
you ordered it because
I
it's...
ordered it.
Right.
But guess what? It's here. It still doesn't come out for another 27 days or 17
God.
days. 17
Very good
days. I mean.
manga.
But yeah. What's that?
They have a very good manga and anime.
Yeah. So if you ever pre-order anything Sentai Filmworks, at least from Right Stuff, it arrives weeks in advance, which is really cool. And the people who designed the layout for the back is hilarious. I posted this on Facebook, but it says, what happens between consenting law students is usually the result of cause and effect. But it's really funny because they're what kind of new life has Bonri stepped into, and will he be able to survive the trials ahead of him? And it's amazing because Bonri has no idea what he just stepped into. It's hilarious. So yeah, there's that. Anime. Kind of talked about it with Randy. So yeah, Free happened. Alnoa Zero happened.
That's the thing about this show. We feed on each other, but is there anything that he didn't mention?
What do you think I'm doing, Jonathan?
No.
Someone needs to just hold your horses. Alharu Ride I watched today. Totally pretty cool with that. Sometimes that show has pacing issues where you watch an episode of it and you're like, well, that was cool. It was a romance show, but it didn't do anything. And then you watch the next episode and it feels like a solid episode. So that's cool. Sailor Moon Crystal. I guess if you want my input on the newest episode of that girl with her
Yes.
thunder power unicorn like.
Where do you get unicorn?
Yeah.
Stealth.
I want to see a fucking unicorn.
So the joke is that I've never seen Sailor Moon, so all of this
Okay.
new. She appeared, and she's cool. But at the end, the talking cat is like, "Hey yo, we have all the girls now." But I'm like, "No," because in the intro, there's like another blonde girl. There's another blonde, and I'm like, "Where is she?" And the cat's like, "We have all of you now. And you're gonna protect Sailor or something." And I'm like, "Dude, no, there's another girl." So like
Well,
something's
their
gonna
mission
happen.
is to find the princess. So, and protect
Oh, see,
Dun,
Oh.
dun,
they
dun.
never said that. They just said,
I thought that's what Luna said. But no, Sailor Moon, you're the leader, and now you have to find and
"Oh,
protect.
is that what she said?"
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
Don't fucking Randy. We figured something
Look.
out about Randy because Viz Media did the first ever dub.
Oh. Yep, they showed up
They,
like
they,
the
they
first
did the
4
sleepover,
I
and
saw.
I was like, guys, I think Randy likes Sailor Moon.
Just because I sent out like 8 bajillion tweets doesn't mean anything. And then I watched that slumber party for 2.5 hours, and
So there's that, and then I feel bad because the last 2 episodes of Space Dandy I basically missed. Last week I missed. 2 weeks ago I missed completely because I had to work until like after midnight, and then this past week I fell asleep halfway through, which I'm kind of disappointed about. So that sucks. And then yeah, there's probably more anime. That's all I'm gonna go with for now. I will say this: rewatching Attack on Titan on Toonami has been a lot of fun because it's kind of cool to know what happens later on, like Wicked later on, like in the manga and stuff. Because there's just so much stuff that it makes sense and it's really awesome now. Rewatching it, so that's cool because you get to see characters that are doing things in the background that you would never notice your first time through. And then Star Wars. Star Wars happened. I guess I'm rewatching Star Wars with my friend who's like the biggest Star Wars fan I know. He got it on Blu-ray and stuff. So like, what was it, last week we talked about the first movie, and then now it was The Empire Strikes Back. And the reason why this is a big deal because I'd only seen The Empire Strikes Back once before this, and that was like 6 years ago, and I didn't remember anything from it except for like
Best
major
Star Wars movie of them all.
major plot points. And so my joke history with Star Wars is that like whatever. But watching it this time, it was like really incredible compared to the first movie because it's like they had a budget and they had a gaffer and someone was like, let's put lights here because it looks really cool and it makes sense. And special effects looked cool and it was a really good movie. So that was cool. And then yeah. And then Anime Club. So one of my good friends from college, he takes just a couple classes a semester, and so he's still in college, and I think he's almost done. But the best thing about it is he's been there for a while, and we call him the Dark Overlord of Anime Club because he was there before I started, and he's still there now, and so he's seen like 6 or 7 generations of anime clubs, and so it's the best because I still get updates. So tonight was the first night of the anime club at my old college, and see, when I was leaving college, we had less than 10 members, and we were thinking that like it was gonna close down. Like this was almost as serious as like this, like the seasons of Free. Like there's not enough people to run the club. Like you can't do it. But it turned out that about 50 people showed up tonight, which is great. And I asked him, I'm like, who are these people? Are these like the Adult Swim gen? Is this the Naruto gen? Is this like... Is
You
this
have
like
different names for the generations of anime people?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, so get this. The most successful article I've written so far that I know of is my which anime generation are you from for Gobeano?
Exactly.
And we've had like a couple hundred responses, so you should get in on that. But yeah, I actually labeled the generations. I did a ton of research, and it's not completely like accurate, but it's pretty close. But yeah, there's 2 different Adult Swim gens, and then the Toonami gen, and there's the new Toonami and streaming gen. But apparently the people, they went around like an icebreaker, and they were like, what anime do you like? Like, what's your favorite anime, or what do you want to see here? And they basically just like talked about a range of stuff from like Toonami Adult Swim stuff to a lot of like obscure stuff, which is really cool, especially for people who are like 19. So you're getting a lot of these new Anime Club members, and like they've seen a lot, it seems, or some of them have. So it's just good to see that the club is now thriving up to 50. It already improved. It's like basically it dwindled for a while, and then they're still doing like the same stuff. It's like they didn't change up the club, like mechanics of the club. I think that's just like new generations rolled in. So that was really exciting to hear, and apparently they're going to be watching Baccano, Lane, and tonight they'll watch Summer Wars. But it's funny because we already watched Baccano, or my Dark Overlord friend James. He was already at the club when they already streamed Baccano and Lane before. But like none of the people who are new had seen it at that point. So I just think it's hilarious that he's rewatching stuff they've already showed. So I guess that's what happens when you're an anime club for a long time. That's all I got.
Man, Anime Club, good times.
Anime Club is the best. I might actually go to the New York meetup next month because I'm going to be in New York like the day after it, so I might go in a day early. And if I do that, there's a lot of cool people who hang out at that. So it's like 40 people of just like anime nerds everywhere.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Ready to talk about the Vita Club?
Heck yeah, dude. We're like three of the 4 people on the earth are
I
now
still
on this
don't have my
podcast.
Vita back, but god damn it, I want to play Velocity 2X.
Dude, oh my god. You have PlayStation Plus, right?
Yes.
Oh my god, it's free. You're gonna love it.
It's free?
Yeah, it's a
What?
PlayStation Plus. Yes.
Alright
Yeah,
then,
like
I'll buy it and have something to play on the motherfucking thing when I get it back. Alright.
hell yes.
Alright,
hell
Chris, tell us about what you've been
Alright.
doing.
Let's talk about that Vita Club, man. That Vita Elite. Oh god, I played so much Neptunia, it's crazy. Like, I've seriously I had the review done, and the first playthrough done at like around 40 hours, which isn't, it's actually pretty good for an RPG. It's like kind of short, I guess, technically. But man, I put another 25 hours into it since then, since I completed the review.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's like a
And,
whole other game.
pretty much, man. I really enjoy the game. Like, it's just really lighthearted and silly, and they make jokes about video games. I totally dig that. So yeah, man, I'm really loving it. There's like so much to do, and I've been trying to do as much as I possibly can. I actually think I'm gonna platinum that game.
Nice.
I'm really close. I might as well just go for the platinum because I think
platinum Mutant Mudds Deluxe, and I think that's about it.
you platinum Mutant Mud Deluxe. Like, that is crazy. That's crazy. I can't even beat that game. And you platinum that game.
What can I say?
Yeah. So I guess there's nothing really really new on that. Just the different things that I've achieved, like beat all the Coliseum fights. I unlocked one of the hidden characters. Completed pretty much every quest. Completed most of the hidden dungeons and all that stuff. So yeah, so that one's been it's been keeping me busy, man. Like, I actually went out and I bought it. Like, I got the review copy for that game, and I went out and I actually bought a physical copy because I like it. I like it that much. But then Velocity 2X, and it's funny too. I said this, I don't know, probably about 20 minutes before the show started. Velocity 2X is aptly named because it is easily twice the game that Velocity Ultra was.
Damn.
It is insane. The level of quality in that game is like really, really astounding. John, like, you are gonna absolutely love this game, and I'll tell you
trust
why.
me, I'm there day one as soon as I get the motherfucking thing back.
Oh yeah, you're not even gonna have to pay for it. Aren't you awesome? Aren't you awesome with your PlayStation Plus?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so great. There's a level. I'm going to laugh. I want you to tell me when you get to this level. It's called Labyrinth.
All right.
Get to me when you get back at me when you get there, because man,
Yes, sir.
that level is something else. It's
I'll
almost
remember.
brutal in a way. Like it's called Labyrinth. It's called Labyrinth for a reason.
That warms my heart hearing that.
So you liked Guacamelee, right?
Yes.
Think
I never
about
beat Guacamelee because I was fucking stuck on the Jaguar and I haven't beaten him.
that dude is a piece of
Dude.
shit. And I hate him.
Dude! Oh, wait, no. No, I can't.
If I had an effigy of it, I would like burn it and then defecate upon it, and then yeah, it'd be pretty bad. But a lot of the stuff later on in the game, as far as the side like the platforming missions go, it really feels very clever. A lot like the way Guacamelee felt clever, because you have a lot of different moves that can be used in multiple ways, and you need to if you're going to access a lot of the hidden stuff. It's really, really fun. So super props. My review for that should be coming out pretty soon. So I'm pretty sure it will be glowing.
Hey, Chris.
But,
Yes. You want to talk about
Yes.
Theater Rhythm?
You mean Theatrhythm? Yes, I'd love to talk about Theatrhythm.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's talk. Let's vibe.
All
played the
right.
demo?
Well, you tell me what you thought first, because I've got a whole take on it.
I bought the first game, and I
Yeah.
played the first game, and I played the first game
Well, I
for
would hope
easily 20, 25, 30 hours, something
Is
to that
that
effect.
it?
I put it down because I'm a lefty and stylus and
Right.
all sorts of other fun hankering. It's like when you play on this tiny ass screen, like you get hand cramps like nobody's business, and it was just
Would you-
like super addicting, but I never felt like I was accomplishing anything, and it was hand cramping. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't
Okay,
keep
but
this.
to be fair, you have like massive banana hands.
Yes, these are my massive banana hands right here, ladies and gentlemen. But
Like you could palm a bowling ball.
yeah,
You crush an apple.
I have palmed a bowling ball. Thank you very much. But with the curtain call, it has button controls. And not only does it have button controls, I'm really fucking good at button controls. I have like triple S, like all the normal ranks, double S, the harder ones.
Hey, John,
It's something I'm decent at.
you know what other game had button controls?
The first one?
DDR.
Buck you and your DVR.
Hey, just saying.
Hey, I like DDR too, just so you know. Jared's got some friends up in here.
I know.
Woo! Yeah,
I'm just messing.
Chris pulls in when I need a friend. Like,
Guys, I have two lefties. But Theater Rhythm, like, love it. Love that all the detail that's been poured in to the field maps. And like when you're playing through Edgar and Sabin's theme, you're actually walking through Figaro Castle instead of just some generic background that they just plop the characters on. I like that they've gone the extra mile with Curtain Call. And I hope that they do that for like everything ever, and all these characters and all these songs and all this content. I hope it all works out.
Yeah, there's a couple things like I've actually put somewhere along the lines of close to 80 hours into the first Theatrhythm, which is why I said, is that all? Because apparently I've spent like a lifetime playing that game. But having played that and having played the iOS version extensively, there's a couple things that I've noticed that they carry over from the iOS version. For instance, you know, when they have the silver moves and the gold moves in both the field and the battle music, they actually would ignore the original color, and then in the iOS version, instead they made it an outline. So that way the silver moves were silver outlines, and it would still be green if it was a hold, red if it was a regular, or, I don't know, yellow if it was a flick. They changed it now so that way it's like the iOS version where it's the outline, and I like that, and I really, really like that. And the button controls, I appreciate them. I suck at button controls so bad, especially on the field songs. But, you know, stylus is where it's at. I don't have banana hands. I'm generally okay with it.
My hands lack appeal, according to Deco.
Oh, I like him. I like him a lot. Let's get him on this show. Anyway, so these are my concerns, and I only say that because I am a massive fan of the first Theatrhythm. I love it to death. It's probably my favorite game on 3DS, like bar none.
Jesus, that is a tall order.
Yeah, and yeah, it is, because there's all these other like really super amazing games on it. But I have to say that probably is my number one. It's other ones are close, don't get me wrong, but I think this beats it out just slightly. The iOS version did not let you customize your characters, and that was a huge deal breaker for me. I really hope the 3DS version allows you to customize your characters.
They have to. Come on.
And I would say that, but let me tell you what gives me that impression, because in the original Theatrhythm for the 3DS, if you play it, the only way to get a perfect score, which is like, I don't know, 99999,
Right.
is if you completely unequip all of your equipment and job abilities. Like, you can't have anything equipped. In the demo version for the 3DS, I was playing it, and you were able to get over the 79,999 points, which would normally be the limit. And I know those characters had abilities on because you could see that at the very bottom, like Sinuia 2 and
Right.
stuff like that. So I really hope that they allow you to...
We're gonna see. Like,
We're gonna see. Like, is it...
things have changed, Chris.
Yes, I know. And like I said, I really hope that's not a sign that they're going more towards the iOS version in terms of basically stripping out all of the RPG elements of the game. I hope not. Like, trust me, I hope not. And is it likely? No. I think there's probably a 70% chance at least that the game is going to be more like the 3DS version. But still, it's the nagging doubt. It's like, is
Chris, stop
gonna
being
rip his
such
hair
a
off?
damn cynic.
I'm not. I have a genuine concern here, man. Like, my life
I'm with
is
you.
riding on this.
I'm with you. That's your
Tuesday.
Xenoblade sequel, man. No, I'm with you.
Tuesday, if I commit suicide, it's because they took the RPG elements out of this game.
Christ.
If my child is a half orphan, it is because Theatrhythm stripped out RPG elements.
Let's fucking just jump the show right off the fucking cliff.
I'm
God.
telling this right now.
damn.
This is my suicide pact. If they do this to me,
Square
Wild
Enix,
Card
are
Corsair.
you listening? Jesus Christ, you've got some
You-
developing to do if you're about to change your tune.
you are
God.
responsible for the life of a human being. Do not be reckless.
We mustn't be reckless. That's done, man, motherfuckers.
Oh my god. Yes.
All right, we ready? We ready for Smash Hour here?
Sure.
Smash.
I
Smash
talked
hard.
Theater Rhythm already. That was the other thing I did this week, in addition to like Calvin and Hobbes and things I've already talked about ad nauseum. So yeah, it's Smash Hour. Because like I was expecting to just be on this show and be like, oh, it's coming out on Friday. Next week's the week, motherfuckers. And then I was just browsing Twitter, and I saw, like, I follow Nintendan on Twitter, and Nintendan always, like, gives me all the updates from Japan because I'm not really paying attention. And all of a sudden, he's like, holy shit, there's a demo! And I'm like, what? There's a demo? So I booted up my system, and I went to the eShop, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna download this demo! And it barked at me, and it said I needed a Nintendo Network ID. And I'm like, I don't have one of those in Japan. So I made myself a Japanese Nintendo Network ID and followed briefly through the instructions. It made no sense when it was asking for my email address. I was entering like a second name or whatever, and I'm like, wait, it wants my email! And I succeeded, and all was well, and I downloaded the demo. You guys, I played Smash Brothers at E3 2014 on 3DS, that is. I played both 3DS and Wii U. And when I played through the 3DS version, I don't know if it was because I was pea-shy, because I was in the convention center and just shit wasn't jiving with me, but I'm like, these controls are just too much to get used to. Because I main 2 people in Smash Brothers. I main Pikachu and I main Marth.
That's just what happens to you when you play video games.
God, it's true.
People, especially at E3. I think it's because it's like Nintendo reps, or you feel the force, like Miyamoto's near you.
I'm telling you. Like, fuck.
Shouldn't that make it better?
No.
It makes me worse, man.
He's distracted. He can feel there's a disturbance.
Because I'm just over here, like, playing through Smash Run on the E3 version of the game as Marth, and I'm just fucking God. It was killing me. Like, there was this fucking Ghastly that couldn't be killed to save my life, and this fucking Ghastly would just fuck with me. He would just roll up and just pop Marth in the face, and Marth would go flying in the other direction, and I'm like, well, this is stupid. These controls, they aren't working with me. And I thought, just for a second, like, maybe it's been too long since I last played Smash Brothers. Maybe I don't got this anymore like I used to get this. Then I picked up the GameCube controller, and I played the Wii U version of the game, and I was on fire, and I dominated, and I won this shirt, and I was happy. And I thought, at the end of the day, like, those 3DS controls, I didn't have enough time with them at E3. I have to leave people with this cautionary tale, like it's going to be this huge barrier of entry, and people are going to take a while to get used to them. But man, when I sat down with this demo, the 5 playable characters in the demo, by the way, are Mario, Pikachu, Link, Villager, and Mega Man. And I sat down, and I'm like, fuck, there's Pikachu. I mained as Pikachu. I should be fine. And I played as Pikachu on the battlefields over and over again. I got used to the controls. They're all right. I can hold my own. I held my own against 3 level 9s computers. Like, I'm okay. It's not the most ideal control setup in the world. It is going to take some getting used to, but instead of like being like cautiously optimistic, like, oh, you'll get used to it, I can sit here with the utmost confidence on my face and actually say, yes, if you spend about maybe 15 or 20 minutes like in training mode, or if you play through easy mode on your first time through classic mode or something, like...
No, it's time for training mode.
Well, whatever.
Not when the World Championships are like next week.
Hey, fuck you and your World Championships. I play for fun. Y'all can play for glory all you want.
I'm just making shit up.
I fight for my friends.
It really
My
pissed
friends
me
are
off
my power.
because, like, you open up this demo, and for those of you who haven't seen it, I'm about to boot up the game again, but you have this full roster of characters in front of you. You can
You can't use them.
You can fucking stare at them all you want. You can try to select them, but the game ain't gonna let you. You can see what the bottom portraits look like. And I'm just like, I'm so close to Shulk, I can spit on him. Nope. Nope. For those of you who don't know, just a little preliminary run on this freaking demo. It's pretty much you pick from one of 5 characters, and you can play on the battlefield against computer players to your choosing, or wirelessly with friends to your choosing. Like, there's all sorts of grayed out menus here that you can see if my 3DS will fucking... Like, there's all sorts of just grayed out options, online modes, music modes, things that you can see. It's like, look but don't touch. But for all intents and purposes, for those of you who still haven't seen the images, this is what I believe is the starting lineup of Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U.
Which is enormous.
That is
Yeah.
36 fucking characters right from the start, if I'm assuming correctly, because if you didn't see on that roster, Lucina is missing, and we know for a fact that Lucina is going to show up in the game. So the fact that Lucina isn't there, but everyone else is, means that Lucina is an unlockable of some sort, which means that these 36 have to be the starting roster, which is just fucking crazy. I'm going to have a lot of work ahead of me when I'm playing through this game for the first time, because people are going to want me to write impressions on every single character, every single character. It's going to be crazy.
You know what surprised me? That Luigi was unlocked from the beginning. He was always locked.
Yeah. He was locked in Brawl too?
Yeah. He's locked in Brawl too.
Craziness. Isn't I have no idea what the leaked roster is anymore, besides the Duck Hunt Dog, which is my favorite
want me-
wild card.
Well, I memorized everything. Do you want me to explain?
Isn't
tell you
Dr. Mario in it?
Dr. Mario.
Yeah, so maybe
Bowser
Dr.
Jr..
Mario is the new Luigi.
Yeah, Bowser Jr. Dark Pit.
It's gonna be crazy, like playing through as all these characters. But as you can see, I can select Shulk, but I can't be Shulk.
Mm.
It's so, I'm
Apparently,
so close.
like the Japanese had like a different demo for the Wii U version that had like everybody, and people were
I
playing
think
as
that
Shulk.
was an in-store demo where you had to like go to the store, like
Yeah,
ugh.
but it had everything though,
Yeah, that's how it was. At
and apparently
the,
Shulk was
Best
like
Buy.
crazy.
I want to play a Shulk so bad. I'm gonna have so much fun. It's like what today is, fucking Wednesday. It's 2 days away. I'm gonna have a ball, you guys. I'm hyped. But in my opinion, after playing through the game for over 90 minutes, doing nothing but just battling over and over and over again, I wasn't the biggest Melee player, and I still am not the biggest Brawl player, but I know what each game feels like. Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U, I suppose, is not Brawl. It is, I think, it's closer to Melee than it is to Brawl. There are a lot of instances in which I feel like it evenly weighs itself between the two and takes some of the physics from Brawl and some of the physics from Melee and sort of like marries them in a good way. With characters, like, it's really fucking hard to even kill off Pikachu, which Pikachu is like pretty much a lightweight if I understand correctly.
Yeah,
Like, even if you flick Pikachu way the fuck far away off the battlefield, I can still zip my way back if I'm like way far from the edge of the stage. Like, there are some Final Smashes that one-hit KO you, but the Final Smashes that don't one-hit KO you, like if you have maybe 60% damage or something like that and you get knocked by a Final Smash, if you hold the control stick, like, you will survive and you will come back from a Final Smash. You can come back from being hit thrice with the Golden Hammer, which never used to happen in Brawl if I understand correctly. Like, characters are just weightier than they used to be in terms of how hard it is to kill them and in terms of the punches they pack. I played as Link for a little bit in all the Smash Brothers iterations. I haven't had this much power behind Link's sword in ever. It's crazy how much of a punch that smash attacks do now. Like, if your A strikes up and down and left and right and things like that, if you land those right, they'll do some fucking damage for reals. And they never used to, which makes me think all these characters that have emphasis on their swords, it's going to be a little different wielding them than they used to be, because like it feels like they centralize like your main weapon of choice. Like with Little Mac, obviously his fists are going to pack a punch, but like with Mega Man, for example, who I also played as, that's long range shit. And like, you're not going to be able to like do this sort of like close quarters combat, and you just have to pick everybody away. It's really different. It's different than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to get like a sort of try at Return to Melee, but it seems like Sakurai has really put a whole bunch of time into the physics engine, and I can't really pinpoint like what exactly is different about it. I'm going to need to spend a whole lot more time with Brawl so I can get more familiar with what those physics feel like before I like start to write a freaking dissertation on it. But just my beginning 90 minutes, haven't played Smash in a few weeks kind of deal, it's not Brawl. It's also not Melee, so I think the Melee purists are still going to be a little disappointed. But it's not Brawl, so at least there's that. And I never fucking tripped. I think tripping is done.
Good deal.
that was confirmed out.
Yeah.
But I mean, does anyone here have any questions for me?
I do not. I was able to watch a couple of live streams last night, actually, of some people playing.
Yeah, I've been watching it nonstop.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I've been keeping my head in the dark because I'm gonna be playing the real fucking thing in a few days. I think I might watch the Japanese stream that's happening at like 6 a.m. if I'm awake, because that's gonna be like
tough.
my precursor. It's gonna be cray cray. I'm a little pumped, just a little bit.
Can't blame you.
Oh, you know what was interesting, and this won't spoil anything.
Go for it.
Screen. There was another screen that had the All-Stars mode, and that was still locked. So even after all those characters, there's still some things that we don't know.
That's the thing. Like, we didn't see Mewtwo in that leak, and people are like, Mewtwo's
Yeah.
coming back.
And like Ridley, it's always Ridley.
If you guys, there is a GIF circling around. I've only seen it on Tumblr so far, but I assume it has gone elsewhere. With like the Smash, it pans out to the Smash like all the Sakurai intros ever do, and you see Ridley flying up the little teleporter from his scene in Brawl, and you just see the Duck Hunt picturesque scene, and Ridley's flying around, and you see a little target highlight Ridley and shoot him down, and the Duck Hunt dog grabs Ridley. I really hope a variation of that happens in real life.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I would laugh so goddamn hard if that is the Duck Hunt reveal. Oh, they would have me in stitches.
You know what? I actually thought it should have been the Shulk reveal when Bowser was running in the field. I almost, even though I knew it was the Xenoblade level, I thought maybe the dog would like bite him in the ass or something, or bite him in the tail. You know, as he's running in the field.
Because they did that shit with Captain Falcon and Lucina. Like, that'd
Yeah.
be hilarious. The dog bites him in the ass, and then Shulk comes out from the other side, and it's a dual reveal. Dude, that would have been badass. But no, it's Shulk time. It's gonna be
Yeah.
Shulk time in about 2 days. Y'all ain't gonna never hear from me again.
Change your name to Jonathan Shulk.
Yes. The hybrid, like Jolk. Jonathan. I'm with it. Alright, I guess if nobody has any questions on the live stream or with you guys, I think Smash Hour is done.
Smash! I don't know.
Deco says because Jonathan wants to get smashed. Damn right. Damn right. I want Dr. Mario's pill to inflict extra damage on opponents whose colors are predominantly red, yellow, or blue. You know what?
What
Yes.
kind of a racist comment is that?
Well, because it's like
It's a
Tetris.
Dr. Mario, man!
That's so
My
good.
God. Chris, what the fuck is the matter with you? Have you played Dr. Mario?
Of course I played Dr.
Out of
Mario.
nowhere. Does that?
I'm here for shock value. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Next thing we start hearing
Shock value.
gunshots.
If Dr. Mario is going to be in the game, where are the viruses?
True.
Facts. Maybe the fucking viruses will start to show up in Smash Run. That'd be
There's a
hilarious.
trophy.
There you go. Or you open a Pokeball, and then it's like, oh no, crap, viruses.
I did see a bunch of Pokemon, like Finnegan and then fucking Go-Goat, and just a whole bunch of X and Y ones that nobody cares about. I'm waiting for the original 150 because, like Randy said, if it's not the original 150, it doesn't count. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm so ready.
So, show.
Oh, by the way, I do have to show off what Chris gave to me from the Smash Brothers Invitational that he went to,
Yeah.
and I did not go
You
to.
didn't sell it?
He did sell it.
John gave him
Yeah, I
hundreds of
sold it
dollars.
to John.
Yes. He sold it to a friend who is super duper hyped.
For like
Shout
what?
out to
Like
Matt.
kisses and hugs and stuff?
Yes. For kisses and hugs. I paid Chris in sexual favors. That's what I did.
What? He
Hey,
never made that offer
Yes,
to me.
I now have electric gonorrhea. Thank you, John.
You are so welcome. And just because I can, look, my two mains are back to back on this motherfucker. Here's Marth and here's Pikachu. I'm only regretful that they don't have a Shulk page on this fucking thing.
Yeah.
I want my money back.
You knew what this was.
hmm I knew exactly what it was. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, that I am hyped. And the next time you hear my lovely voice on this here Backwards Compatible podcast, I will have played the full game. I'm ready. Is everybody else ready?
Well, I'm not ready until October 3rd, but okay.
And I'm not ready until holiday 2014.
Fair enough. You're gonna skip the 3DS version, Randy, even if you do get a sweet soundtrack from Club Nintendo.
That kind of made me want to get it, but not enough to buy it. No.
I'm with Randy. I actually have to constantly like psychologically evaluate myself because I love Smash, but I have no desire for like anything coming up soon except like nothing. I'm really feeling weird. So I guess I'll play the demo if it comes out, but
Oh, there's not a question of if. Like, it's
I
coming.
guess so. I'm just like not hyped for it at all for some reason. For any game, so
Watch the stream, you guys. Watch the
I'll be
stream.
watching. I have
Right.
Friday off, so I'll probably be watching the stream.
Yeah,
I got half my
live
shift
tweeting
taken
that
away on
thing.
Friday, so.
I need to see more Captain Toad. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Although I'll be annoyed if they show the same like E3 stuff. I'm
Exactly.
assuming it's got to be something new.
Hopefully. Not just, hey, remember this? You should buy it.
Remember all these games we've shown you a lot of before? We'll show you a
Yeah.
little more.
Please understand.
I forget when he walked out. So 50 women or something.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
I
We
think
ready to end the fucking show?
I think so. So, as usual, we're going to say you can leave us feedback for this episode, previous episodes, or whatever the hell you want to do in a multiple kinds of ways. You can email us at feedback.bcpodcast@gmail.com. You could hit us up on the Twitters at BC_podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Google+, Tumblr, all that fun stuff. You can also check us out individually on the interwebs. You can find me on Twitter at Saber_Breaker.
I am at Radical Defect. Expect a whole bunch of Smash news, you guys.
I'm at Sahowski J.
Is anyone else weirded out the fact that this dog knows an awful lot about us?
Don't question that. Just keep doing the things that you should be doing.
Doggy
No,
underscore breaker.
And I am at Wildcard Corsair.
And I'm at Stealth3_.
Yeah.
True.
Not
So
more.
John, you put together this outline, but I don't see an audience question for the week. What the hell, man? What's your Smash main gonna be?
No.
Here,
Let's-
no.
Let's
Audience question. Who is your waifu?
No.
Oh my god, finally, something I can have fun with.
audience question of the week. If you could abolish one anime-related term from existence for the rest of forever, what would it be and why?
Who is your wafu and who is your loli?
Yeah,
no.
who's your husband?
God, help me. Audience question for the week. If you could turn any scene from a game or anime into a poster and hang it on your wall, what scene would that be? And why?
Wait, are we not going with the waifu question? I don't know. I thought that was good.
I like the waifu question.
Okay, fine. God damn it.
We'll do both. It'll be a twofer. You can answer either or both. How's that?
I thought you were gonna ask like what scene, like from anime or video games, if that one scene could become real life, what would that be?
Third
Ooh,
impact.
Like,
that's a little better.
Third impact.
or what scene from any anime or video game contains your waifu that you realized?
Killed 100,000 people.
Jesus Christ. Save me from these motherfuckers. You know what? Like, y'all are gonna be on your waifu frequency, and I'm just gonna open up my 3DS LL.
Oh my
and
god, I
start
already
playing.
chose my waifu.
Good.
John, if you want to talk about your husband, though, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Waifu
playing
or-
3DS now. He's gone.
Which I think is the signal to end the show.
Shulk.
So, thanks everybody for coming by. Check you all out next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Au revoir.
Love